E-communication is the first thing that we have to learn in module first. Can you tell me what is the meaning of E here? Yes, electronic. So, electronic communication. And what do you mean by communication? Yes, tell me the meaning of communication. What do you mean by communication? Yes, communication means what? Yes, communication means what? Communication means exchange or transference of information. Okay, communication means what? To exchange, okay, or to transfer information, ideas, suggestions, orders, requests, feelings, plans, messages, grievances, and so many things. Okay, from one place to another place, from one person to another person, or from one group to another group, or from one person to many people across the globe. But there are different modes of communication. If you know that in ancient times communication was done through messengers. Okay, so if you see in ancient times the communication was done through messengers, right? But in the course of time later on we we have post offices, right? We have post offices to transfer messages from one place to another place. हॅलो, एम आय ऑडिबल टू यू? आवाज येतोय का माझा? Okay. So, as I said, that in ancient times we had messengers, okay, to transfer the message from one place to another place. Later on, we invented, okay, or we had post offices in the British rule, so that we can transfer messages from one place to another place, or from one person to another person. But later on, that we can say by the end of 19th century, we have the advancement in science and technology. Okay, so in the 19th or we can say the 20th century, we have advancement in science and technology. So which so the science and technology helped us to transfer the messages from one place to another place very easily. So we can say that in the modern time, okay, that is in the 20th century, we could transfer the message, okay, from one place to another place easily because of the advancement in science and technology and the spread of the spread of internet. Okay, so this is the development of communication process. Okay, as I said that in the beginning we had messengers, okay, to transfer the messages Later on, we had post offices from which the transference of messages from one person to another person was done. Later on, or in the 20th century, we had the advancement in science and technology and the spread of internet. So now, that is in the 20th century, due to the advancement in science and technology and spread of internet, this communication process became very easy and very fast, because this advancement, okay, in the science and technology and internet connected the whole world, okay, so that we can transfer the messages, we can have access to information, we can get information about each and everything that we want to know about easily, okay, at the single click. So in modern era, this e-communication emerged as one of the most important tool of communication. So, as I said, that e-communication means electronic communication. So, keep in mind that e-communication means electronic communication. Okay, it means electronic communication. And in this unit, I will teach you email communication. Okay, so what we have to study in this unit is email communication and email group and email files. Okay, and then about blogs. Okay, so you are going to study these four things, okay, which are very important in electronic communication. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to see is electronic mail or email. But before that, let me elaborate what is e-communication. Okay, electronic communication or e-communication is a term used for communication by means of electronic media. Okay, so e-communication means what? Electronic communication, or we can say communication by means of electronic elec- electronic media. Okay, by means of electronic media. In e-communication, advanced techniques such as computers, modems. Okay, now e-communication means what? The communication by means of electronic media. मग ते कोणते आहेत मीडिया? For example, computer. Okay, or we can say modem. Then we have voicemail. Okay, voicemail is also a type of electronic media. Then we have email. Okay, or we can say teleconferencing. Okay, teleconferencing. Then we have video cassettes. Okay, video cassettes. So these are the means of electronic media. Okay, and by using these media, we can transfer the messages. Okay, or we can communicate with other people. Okay, so we can say that e-communication is an easy and fast way to communicate with a person or group. With a person or group. There are various advantages of e-communication. Okay, so we should also know that there are various advantages. Okay, of e-communication. Like the first thing is that the first advantage of e-communication is that speed. Okay, because as you know that you can send a message, okay, through WhatsApp within a second to hundreds of your friends or anyone who is a participant in that group. So we can say that e-communication is very fast or very speedy, so that we can transfer messages within a second to the number of people. The next advantage is that wide coverage. Okay, that we can send one message to thousands of people within a second. Or we also can say that one more advantage of e-communication is that it has a global access. Okay, global access, that we can send messages from our home to any other state or any other country. Okay, for example, if your relatives are living in a foreign country, then you can send a message to them from India. Okay, so that we can say that e-communication is, or e-communication enables us to have global access. The next thing is that we can have exchange. Okay, exchange of feedback. That is, we can immediately have the feedback on a particular thing. Okay, for example, if I sent a message on your WhatsApp group, okay, that I'm going to conduct your test on this model, then you immediately send that at what time, or for how much how many questions will be there, then the marks, okay, that the test has. So this feedback, or we can say that exchange of feedback, is very fast in e-communication. And we also have to pay reasonable cost. Okay, we don't have to pay much to have the internet in our mobile. So we have all these advantages of e-communication. Okay, so in your exam there will be a question that which of the following is not an advantage of e-communication. Okay, so where all these advantages will be given in the alternatives, and you have to choose one which is not suitable or appropriate to the question. Okay, so remember these two things or two points. Now let's see what is electronic mail or email. Okay, that is the first point that we are going to see. Okay? That is electronic mail or email. Okay, so electronic mail or email is one of the most popular ways of communication using internet. So we have to use internet. Okay, so that we can send or receive information. So internet is very much important in order to send messages through email. It is delivered through electronic means and being transmitted electronically. Okay, so we need some electronic gadgets like mobile or computer. Okay, to send an email. Okay, and one more thing that we need or that we require is that we should have a, a stable or good internet connection. Through email, one can send written messages. Okay, now let's see the first thing that we needed. Okay, in electronic mail is that we need internet, right? We need internet, and we need electronic media. Okay, electronic media. Okay, electronic media. So if we have these two requirements, we can share information through an email. So through email we can send written messages, both textual and non-textual. Okay, now the messages, what kind of messages we can send through email? Textual or non-textual. Textual or non-textual messages can be sent. Along with that, we can also say that we can share information, okay, through email. Then we can also share pictures and files, okay, through email. The messages sent and received by email can be can be stored or organized according to our needs. It is eco-friendly as it reduces the use of papers. So this is important that electronic mail or email is eco-friendly. Okay, because friendly because it reduces the use of reduces the use of papers. Okay, it reduces the use of papers. So this is what an email is. Okay, email stands for electronic mail. So in order to communicate through email, we need internet and electronic media like mobile or computer, right? We need electronic media like mobile or laptop, okay, or computer, okay. So we need either a mobile, laptop, or okay. So if you have these requirements, we can send or transfer information or messages from one place to another place. So these messages or the information that we send through email can be textual or non-textual. Okay, or we can send pictures, videos, or we can send PDF or Word files from one location to another location, that from one place to or from one person to another person, and it is eco-friendly because it reduces the use of papers. Okay, so let's see what is the format of email. Do you know the format of email? Do you know the format of email? Okay, so in format of email, we can see that there are three parts. Okay, I will show you the picture later on. That there are three parts. Okay, there are three-part format. There are three parts in every email or of every mail. For example, we can say user ID at the rate post dot domain. Okay, now user ID means what? What is user ID? Yes, user ID means the name of the user. Okay, user ID means the name of the user. Then we have to insert this address symbol. Okay, or at sign. Okay, after the user ID. Then then we have to show the host of the email, the host of email account, the host of the email account. Okay, the host of the email account, and then finally we have to uh, the domain. Okay, domain. So every email address has these three things. Okay, now tell me an example of email. Yes, I know that you know email. Okay, what is an email? You all have your own emails. Can you give me an example of it? For example, let's see date.com. Okay, so this is the email address of English department of our college. Okay, so can you tell me who is the user or the name of the user? Yes, Vaishnavi, Kavita, Rupali, Aniruddha, Prajakta, Lakshmi, Mayuri, Sana, and Tejan. Tell me. Yes, tell me the user. Yes, but in I have given you one example. Okay, here I have given you one email, and you have to tell me the user. Okay, in this email, who is the user or name of the user in this? Okay, SMMC English department. Tell me the name of the user. The name of the user is always at the beginning of. Yes, yes, SMMC English department is the name of the user. Then we have to use at that sign. And then can you tell me who is the host of this email account? Who is the host? Host always comes after the sign at the rate. Okay, so Gmail is the host of this email account, and then we have to include the domain. Okay, that is com, that is com, or org. These are domains. Okay, the domain is what? Org, or you can say edu. Okay, or com. Yes, dot in. So these are the names of domains. Okay, so in each and every email, if you know that you can say that there is first from. Can you tell me uh, of whom email address you include here from inform window? Where the sender's email address or receiver's email address is included here or written here. फॉर्म मध्ये आपण कोणाचा ईमेल इन्क्लूड करतो, रिसिव्हरचा की सेंडरचा? रिसिव्हरचा कसा? फ्रॉम म्हटलंय आपण. फ्रॉम येस, फ्रॉम मीन्स सेंडर्स ईमेल ॲड्रेस. ओके, ईमेल ॲड्रेस आपल्याला काय करायचा इथं इन्क्लूड करायचा आहे किंवा टाकायचा आहे. त्यानंतर टू मध्ये कोणाचा ईमेल ॲड्रेस इन्क्लूड केला जातो सांगा? इन टू वी हॅव टू इन्क्लूड द ईमेल ऑफ द रिसिव्हर. ओके, the receiver's email address is included in two. Okay, so this is the format of email address that I am telling you, that in from caption we have to include or we have to write the email address of the sender. Okay, and then in two we have to include or write the email address of the receiver. Then there is one more thing after two, that is CC. Okay, CC means what? Can you tell me the full form of CC? This means what? Carbon copy. Okay, that if you want to send the same email to multiple people, then you have to write their email addresses in CC. Okay, so when the same email address, okay, the same email address, sorry, the same email, or we can say in CC, we have to write emails to send the same email to many people. Okay, understood? What is CC? CC means if you want to send the same email, okay, to more than one person, at that time you can add their email addresses or add the email addresses of many people in CC. Okay, then after CC you have one more thing, that is BCC. Okay, BCC means blind carbon copy. Okay, so here the difference between CC and BCC is that BCC allows the sender of the message to conceal the person entered in the BCC. Okay, so we can say to conceal or hide the person entered the BCC. Okay, which means that BCC from other recipients. Which means that if you enter an email address in the BCC, okay, then the email address, okay, or the persons that we have included in to us CC, they will not know the name, okay, or they will not know the person that or the email address that we have entered in BCC, okay. But in CC, if you have entered 3 emails in CC, then the persons will know that the mail has been received by 3 persons. Okay, CC मध्ये काय फरक आहे की CC मध्ये जे email address तुम्ही इन्क्लूड केलेले आहेत किंवा एंटर केलेले आहेत आणि ज्यावेळेस तो तुम्ही मेल सेंड करता त्यावेळेस त्या तीनही लोकांना किंवा त्या तीनही पर्सनना कळतं की हा मेल 3 जणांना सेंड केलेला आहे. बीसीसी मध्ये जो ईमेल ॲड्रेस आपण इन्क्लूड करतो त्या व्यक्तीचं आयडेंटिटी जे आहे किंवा त्या व्यक्तीचा ईमेल जो आहे दुसऱ्या कोणाला त्याला ईमेल सेंड केला आहे दुसऱ्या कोणाला समजत नाही किंवा इतर कोणालाही समजत नाही किंवा त्यांना ते कळत नाही किंवा दिसत नाही. Next thing that we have is subject line. Okay, after that we have subject line. Okay, where we have to mention the subject. So the subject line of the email is as important as the actual message. It should be appropriate, short, concise, specific, and clear. So we can say that it should be subject line should be short and specific. Subject line should be short and use a kind of hint or sign for your message. Okay, तुम्ही खाली मेसेज मध्ये काय लिहिलेलं आहे ते तुमच्या सब्जेक्ट वरून समजतं. जसं की तुम्ही बघा लेटर रायटिंग मध्ये सब्जेक्ट लिहिता आणि त्यानंतर खाली मेन तुमचा ड्राफ्ट आहे तो लिहिता. इन द सेम वे इन ईमेल ऑल्सो यू हॅव टू मेन्शन द सब्जेक्ट इन अ व्हेरी शॉर्ट अँड स्पेसिफिक वे. And when people receive a number of messages, a catchy and meaningful subject line will attract and enable the receiver to see the mail. तुमचं subject line जे आहे ती कशी असली पाहिजे, catchy असली पाहिजे, so that it can draw the attention of the receiver. When you try to send an email without subject, you might have seen automatically generated reminder. Would you like your message to be sent without a subject. So always remember one thing, that your email should have a proper, short, specific, and catchy subject. Generally, the keywords of the message are written in the subject line. Don't write subject line using all the capital letters. Here are, so now I will give you some examples of subject line. Okay, how to give subjects. For example, if you want to request, for example, if you want to submit your examination form and you want to send an email to uh, the office of our college, then you can send an email, but you can, so the subject of email should be request for information and submission, information and submission of examination. Okay, so this is the subject. Your subject should be short, okay, and should not be lengthy. So the next example, we can say that you can also ask for schedule, okay, schedule for the October, November, October, November examination, examination, okay, or you can also, or invitation for birthday party, okay. So these are some of the examples of subject line, okay, or how to use the subject. Your subject should be very short and specific. Keep in mind that the proper subject line will help the recipient of the email in understanding the content properly. So you should always mention your subject in your email. Next thing that you have to focus on is that beginning and ending emails, okay, and ending emails, okay, how to begin, okay, or how to end emails, okay. Then now what we have to focus here is on how to begin your email, how to start writing an email. So begin your email always with a proper salutation, okay. So your email should have a proper salutation, okay. सॅल्युटेशन तुमच्या ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही एखादा ईमेल ड्राफ्ट करत असता त्यावेळेस त्याला प्रॉपर सॅल्युटेशन असणं गरजेचं आहे. लाईक गुड मॉर्निंग, okay, good morning or good evening, whatever it is, it should be written taking into consideration whether the email is formal or informal. But it depends, okay. तुमचा ईमेल म्हणजे तुम्ही फॉर्मल ईमेल लिहिताय की इन्फॉर्मल लिहिताय त्याच्यावर डिपेंड आहे. किंवा त्यानंतर while writing informal or formal emails, use the proper beginning and ending, okay. आता मी तुम्हाला काही एक्झाम्पल्स देतो की बिगिनिंग अँड एंडिंग फॉर्मल ईमेल मध्ये आणि इनफॉर्मल ईमेल मध्ये कसं असते. फॉर एक्झाम्पल बघा, इफ यू सी, okay, so we can say formal email, okay. Here we can say formal email and then email, okay. Now we have beginning, okay, एखाद्या ईमेलची सुरुवात कशी करायची and ईमेलची एंडिंग कशी करायची. फॉर्मल असेल, okay, if the mail is formal, you can say respected sir, okay, you can say respected sir or madam, okay. Then you can also say dear Mr. Patil or whatever the name of the sender, or you can say hello sir, madam, okay, or you can also say to whom may concern, okay. Then, but in informal email, you can begin your email by saying hi, then the name. For example, if you are sending your mail to your friend, then you can write her name. Then you can also say that hi, dear Pete, or you can say just hi, dear, and the name of the sender. Then you can also say hi or hello, Baba. Then you can also say regards, okay, and you can also add tears. This word to your at the beginning of your email. Then in formal email, you can end your email you can end your email. So in formal email, you can end the formal email by writing yours faithfully. Okay, that you know that you also you write this in at the end of your formal letters also, right? Yours faithfully. Then yours sincerely, or you can write yours. Okay, in informal email, you can end the informal email by saying at the end of your email, see you again. Okay, then bye bye. Then yours only. Okay, or you can write yours only. Okay, so you can have these phrases at the end of your email. So remember that you should have a proper email address. You should include proper subject line. ओके तुम्ही प्रॉपर सब्जेक्ट सुद्धा काय केला पाहिजे ईमेल मध्ये इन्क्लूड केला पाहिजे जो की शॉर्ट आणि कॅची असला पाहिजे त्याचबरोबर तुमचा ईमेल जो आहे त्याला प्रॉपर बिगिनिंग आणि एंड असणं गरजेचं आहे प्रॉपर बिगिनिंग मिडल आणि एंड असणं गरजेचं आहे तर फॉर्मल ईमेल जो आहे त्याच्या बिगिनिंग मध्ये तुम्ही काय लिहिता सपोज तुम्हाला मला ईमेल करायचा आहे ओके सो ॲट दॅट टाइम यू कॅन राईट रिस्पेक्टेड सर ओके and then you can start your or you can write hello sir and then you can write your email okay and at the end you can say yours faithfully, yours sincerely, or yours truly, and then you can write your name. But if you are sending an email to your friend or your colleague or your relative, then you can write hi and then the name of your the name of the sender, that is the name of your friend or relative, and you can end that mail by saying or by writing see you again, bye bye, yours only, or yours lovely. Okay, so by writing these phrases at the beginning and ending of your email, you can write a very good and effective email. Unlike complimentary clause in letter writing, the ending of email should be at the left side only. But remember one thing that the of email, the ending of email should be at the left side only. Okay, that is you have to write your sincerely and your name. Okay, at the left side only, not the right side. So remember this that remember these words that you have to left side only. Okay, so remember these things that the ending of email should be at the left side only. I will show you one picture, okay, in which there will be all these things, and then you can understand what is an email. Okay, just remind me, okay, in my next lecture. Okay, and I will conduct your lecture tomorrow also. Okay, so just remind me that sir that shows a picture of email so that we can understand where is to cc bcc, okay, or how to begin the email. Okay, I will show you one example of email tomorrow. Okay, so we can say that it is a customary style. Also, new paragraph is started without leaving space. Formal emails can be ended with the mention of your name, address, or designation. In the informal emails, there is no need of such details. You can just write your name. Also, remember one thing that new paragraph, new paragraph is started without leaving space. Okay, space at the left side. Okay, we always begin a new paragraph by leaving the space at the left side. Okay, but in email we don't need to leave space. Okay, did you understand all these things? Did you understand what is email or email writing? Tell me. Yes, tomorrow we will see formal and informal email writing. Okay, formal and informal email writing. Did you understand today's lecture or do you have any doubts? Yes, Lakshmi, Sana, Manish, Kavita, Prajakta. Where is Prajakta? Manish, Lakshmi, you have joined the lecture, but where are you? Yes, Prajakta. Do you have any doubts? प्राजक्ता, प्राजक्ता कांबळे. तुझाच आवाज आहे ना हा? आय थिंक सो. आणि ती दुसरी एक प्राजक्ता ती कोणती? नाही, नाही आवाज तुझा अरे आवाज वेगळा वाटतोय. ती दुसरी प्राजक्ता एक आहे ती पुढे बोलत असते. Okay. So tomorrow we will see informal and formal email writing. But remind me, okay? उद्या मला काय रिमाइंड करा की सर आम्हाला ईमेल रायटिंगचं एक पिक्चर दाखवा, ओके? त्यामध्ये मी तुम्हाला सांगेन की फ्रॉम कुठं असते, टू कुठं असते, सब्जेक्ट कसा लिहायचा, कुठे असतो, ओके? ओके. मला ॲट द बिगिनिंग उद्या टुमॉरो लेक्चरला काय करा, तेवढं रिमाइंड करा. मग मी तुम्हाला तो पिक्चर दाखवतो ॲक्चुअल, ओके? ओके. थँक यू. वेलकम.
Electronic.